Ki, the Yanyan, the Garuda, the Chanon, the Dolia. That is a very expensive, very scary composition.
Yes, this is a tier 0 pick team, right? All of these heroes are meta heroes, and if played to perfection, it's really hard to get in the gaps of the team, because Jashi can jump your backlines instantly once he gets the Hound on.
And he can just get double Trilight, right? Like he can just get double ulti in there. It is just gonna be so much sustain. So much sustain. It's
a very scary notion, because it means Jashi is, in this theory, unkillable. Once again, same kind of situation we find ourselves in game number 1, but this time it's going to be even earlier, right? The moment you're level 4, he essentially is unkillable at this point. Now Dragon will have to face off against Bao in a 1v1. It's going to become a 2v2 at this point. Spritlings have been dropped by both sides, but there is one in reserve for the side of BTR.
Gen mid's mobility and Gen mid's ulti is going to be one of the answers that BTR can have, right? He's just gonna have to wait until the right moment to try to just proc the ult and just to try to be able to suck in some damage. 2v2 rotations right here to the farm lane. You can see Dragon easily just starting to take onto the resources. He doesn't want to come in for the kills. He just easily just comes in, takes in some resources, goes back into his jungle.
Yep, this is one of the benefits of picking out the Garuda, right? So Garuda is actually able to pierce through with his auto attacks as well, which makes his lane clear extremely fast. So this is a very fast-paced gameplay from the side of Blacklist, right? And the question now is, BTR, they can match up to this pacing, but they cannot afford to give away first bloods, they cannot afford to give away kills. So if Blacklist gets a kill, and a first blood at that, BTR is going to be way back.
They are playing at the edge of the abyss. They cannot allow no mistakes. Look at that Tranquil with the Luna comes in. He does not want to just jump in right now. He comes in, he just wants to get the gold. That Luna is gonna have to get a lot of gold. The one thing that cannot happen is Blacklist just having a timer on their Azure Golem. In the moment that Blacklist has an eye on the Azure Golem spawn times over there for Luna, for Tranquil's Luna, then that's gonna be the end of the game.
And here we go. It is going to be ultimate landed by the side of Dragon as well. Flash going to be committed by Bao. He's going to be able to make it out safely. But this means at the 4-minute mark, Bigetron, especially for Bao, he's not going to be in a safe position. Might have overextended. Heals come through from the side of Genmib. Who is going to be the first to fall? First blood goes into the hands of Dragon. And Blacklist International rewarded for taking the risk.
Yeah, that 2v2 over there. Bao thought that he could actually take on to Chami 1 and just get the kill in there. But the problem is that he did not have enough damage. A little bit of miscalculation in there. And right now, Blacklist already with the first blood. They're going to have priority right now. And that one is going to be a really good start for the PKL champions.
Yeah, Blacklist, this is a great scenario to be in. Now, Zankyu does manage to steal away a task for camp, but we're 30 seconds away from the first neutral objective of the game, of which we all know it has to be the Tyrant wrestle, right? Both teams will try to wrestle over this because it gives them fighting prowess across the map.
So in 15 seconds, we can already start moving our eyes towards the river because that's going to be the cue for the first big fights of this game. As you mentioned before, Dragon just being able to rotate so much more faster than Gen Myth, it's going to be a problem for BTR, right? Look at this right now. Everyone already gathering together here close to the Tyrant.
Oh, that's quite a bit of damage. Here comes the long-range poke from the side of Dragon as well. This is why the Garuda is such a pain. But they do have that ultimate from F1. All he needs to do is to buy the time. Gets a stun in. It's going to be a stall. A steal from the side of Zankyu as well. The fight and choose. They do get rid of Zankyu. Do they find a finish? They do. Bao once again the champion for the side of Bigetron. He is in a 1v4. Unfortunately, that's going to be too much for him to handle at this point. And Blacklist International, even though they lose the Tyrant, they win the team fight.
They win the team fight, and the worst problem in here is that Tranquil and Ba are going to fall for BTR. That Tyrant advantage that they could have got just by those 2 kills, it just completely nullifies, and that's gonna be inexistent. Not only they lose the man, they also lose that golem as well.
Yep, and this is not an ideal situation. If BTR had stolen that Crimson Golem in response, that would have been even out for Zankyu. But the fact that Zankyu fell once and now is buffless is a huge deficit. His Azure Golem should be spawning soon, I believe, but you know, at this point, it is all Blacklist International.
This is bad news for them. Like I told you, there's one thing that they could not happen. It's just the Blacklist just to have information on the Golem, and right now they have control of it completely. Now, what does BTR need to do right now? Well, BTR is gonna have to just completely regroup and try to start sharing gold. They need to regroup and sharing gold because right now they do not have the ability to fight against Blacklist.
Yes, they need to make sure they can even up the gold. That's the first thing. And the secondary thing is to be able to try and get some split pushes going in. They need to have control over the turrets on the map. So Bao has been trying to achieve that. But this means if he shows himself, Blacklist knows, hey, we are in a numbers advantage. And right now, Lanfeng is looking a little bit low at the bottom side of the map. He will be chased down, not going to be taken out. He does have his infinite vastness to get out of trouble if it is required.
But exactly what you just mentioned, right? In the moment that Blacklist just realizes that Bao is not in the equation, it's the time for us just to go and fight. There's no one else besides that could be an actual problem.
Yeah, vision score is so important for both teams. This is the basis of how you make decisions in HOK, right? Do you know where the other members of your team are at? And if you do, then you can make a smarter decision, which normally nets a positive result here.
Look at that one more time. It's going to be BTR coming in, trying to check on what's going on in this red buff jungle. It is 4 members of BTR in here. Can they take control of it? No, it's going to be Golden Kai, the one that's going to claim it.
Yeah, this is beautiful work. Now, bear in mind, this is the numbers advantage for BTR. So the fact that they did not steal the Crimson Golem away, that's a big loss for them. At the same time, Zankyu, he is going to be caught out. Here comes the heals attempt. He's not going to be surviving that. Instant burst coming in from the side of Blacklist International, and they are angry with game number 1. They are looking for dominion over BTR here, and it's looking like a great success right now.
All right, let's just call it the way it is. Tranky right now, Tranky's Luna is completely out of the equation. Someone else is gonna have to stand up. And the problem is that Lanfeng still needs a lot more time to actually be on. And even and that is the problem. In the moment that Lanfeng is gonna start having his power spike, it's gonna be the moment where the Channel, where the Garuda, where the Fatih are gonna be online as well.
It's just an unfair fight, right? Blacklist International showing you why Garuda is such a problem. Like the long-range poke, Dragon is already at level 10, but the poke damage and the magical damage he's putting across BTR without putting himself at risk is one of the reasons why Blacklist is winning so hard at this part of the game.
And right now they can just make all the decisions that they want, right? Like, because in this moment, there's nothing that BTR can actually do to answer back. Even if they would want to take on to the fights right now, they do not have the damage and they do not have the ability to really coordinate an attack.
I mean, the silver lining here for this side of Bigetron is the fact that they're keeping close in terms of gold. Now, it's about less than 1,000, maybe half 1,000 gold in lead for Blacklist. And Zankyu does have the level advantage. But this needs to be across the board. So BTR, they need to find an opening here. And Dragon says, no, you are not going to be allowed there.
Did you see right now how much damage Dragon can actually do? That is crazy, man. Look at that one more time. He's going to be jumping in just. He wants to take on to the fight. That's Yan Jian right now. His damage is something that BTR needs to be careful about.
Okay, Zankyu, he does secure his own Azure. Right now, F1 finally does have his passive. He will have access to his ultimate. Dragon once again going to be dropping down all of those feathers, but the 1v1, Zankyu against Chami1, you don't win this as a Luna. Chami1 will use his ultimate to lifesteal his way back to full health, almost at that point, and Blacklist still massive control over the gorge.
Good decision from Tranky just to understand that he did not have a chance to win in there. Just kind of just coming in and then just pulling back because there was no scenario in there where Chami1 with the ulti available was going to lose that battle.
and you start to see the gaps here. Zhang Q, yes, he can dive in, but this is not an ideal fight, right? Joshi will constantly get the reset by Chaz, and at this point, if you're unable to deal with the poke damage by Dragon, and you're trying to find out where he is and try to catch him, that opens up space for Golden Kite. And we know about having a numbers advantage down here. Here comes Dragon, putting the pain down. Can they get the steal onto it? Zhang Q secures the Tyrant. Is it enough? They have taken the damage. Good job by Genmith. They just need to finish the fight. Bao trying to jump in with the Charlotte, unable to find the finishing blow for the side of Bigetron. And once again, Zhang Q will be taken down. Just too big of a dive, and Blacklist International push and pull, and they have pulled Bigetron to the depths of their strength.
You have already won your Tyrant while you're trying to get even more. F1 being taken extremely low, and that Overlord is going to be for Blacklist for free.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Bigetron has something in their minds that they know we can turn the fights, but it's not working out in how they envision it. And right now, the cost is pretty high. The T1 in the mid is going to be taken for free here. They will have to eat a couple of shots from the side of Lanfeng, but those biscuits, they can eat them all day.
They already won the Tyrant fight, right? If you won the Tyrant fight and then you come in, they tried the scrim, right? And that was totally fine. Like, they came in, they threw some punches, they were unable to just get the kills. Just pull back. That's it. You don't need to just keep following. Why do we do the follow-up over there all the way to the mid lane?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have their reasons for it. Right now, Zhang Q has an important responsibility, and that is to deal with the Shadow Overlord at the top side. But right now, Golden Kite, he's going to get the T2 at the bottom for free. So Bigetron, they're starting to lose control over the Gorge. You can see Joshi, he is comfortable standing here because Chaz does have his ultimate. He will be able to refresh Joshi's ultimate as well.
Look at that. We have a very good positioning in here from Blacklist International. They put some little pressure over there on the high ground turret, and right now their target is going to be that tier 2 that easily is going to fall.
Beautiful work from the side of Blacklist. Like, the constant use of Qianming 1's ultimate is not to take the team fights, it's to rush the tower down. And this is a great theory and practice put in place by Blacklist. T3s are next on the menu. Bao taking quite a bit of damage right now, F1. He needs to stop this onslaught of structural damage. And it's not going to be enough because BTR struggling to protect their T3s. On the backlines, Zhang Q, he has eyes on Qianming 1. There is going to be a nice ultimate drop by F1. Can they find the finish? Not able to, because the positioning of Blacklist is just so clean. They force out the ultimate from the side of Genmith, and here comes the jump. Joshi! He's going to finish the job. Probably no. And right now, Bao, he's going to put it on himself. 1v5. He will have to take a fall. No. The entirety of Bigetron, they're so low. They need to start running. And Blacklist International, they are happy to do this all day because they are not even tickled at this point.
We talked about this. It's just so much damage coming in from any of the members from Blacklist. The only opportunity that Bigetron had in terms of composition was not to give them an advantage. And did you see just right now? It was just very close to an ace, since every single member of Bigetron was just going back with almost no HP in their bars.
No, this is where team play is so important, right? If you take a look at what's happening, Joshi, he may not be the highest farm on his team, but it's working out in favor for Blacklist because everyone else is winning their corresponding partners in their lane. And right now, F1, take a look at that. He's taking too much damage. He doesn't want to use his ultimate just yet. The stun comes in. Zhang Q looking for an opening. The team needs to step up. BTR are falling apart, and they're just poking. Blacklist, they might have found the answer. Unbridled Outburst going to be laid down. Zhang Q on the backline. They're looking for the target, but Bao is the first one to fall. They don't have enough damage. They don't have enough life. Joshi stops free in their tracks. And here goes Zhang Q. No superhero play. It is going to be a disaster as Bigetron will be taken out. The infinite vastness used by the side of Lanfeng, and this is just biding time. They cannot defend Blacklist. An opening is available for both the T3s in the mid and in the bot as well.
Well, the turrets are going to fall, and let's wait and see if Blacklist wants to make the push. They do not have to rush this one. Just coming in and taking 2 of those high ground turrets is going to be more than enough. The Dark Tyrant in there was the bait, We knew that Bigetron was waiting for the moment just to come in and do one more of their classic steals. The fight never started, the steal never happened, and it was Blacklist the ones that they took control of the scrim right after that.
Yeah, because there's too many members to deal with on the side of Blacklist, right? If you take a look at the composition on Blacklist, essentially it's a 7v5. Joshi has an extra life. Chammy1 has an extra life, right? And when Chaz gives the refresh on the ultimate for Joshi, he can fight again. So take it as 8v5 at this point.
Oof. Look at that, Chammy1 comes in, gets onto Gen Mid, a couple of pokes, and it's already 50% of the HP gone.
Yep, Lanfeng unable to find the finishing blow here. They will commit the unbridled outburst from the side of F1. And Zhang Q, he wants to go in, but Dragon, the poke damage is just too much. They force out the heal from Gen Myth. Bao, he cannot do this. He cannot do a 1v5. This is not the place to do it, but still, he will try. They have taken all of the T3s from the side of Bigetron's base, and it's just slow, painful, burning death.
How do you turn this thing around? There is no way. Super minions coming in from all different angles. And right now, Blacklist International wants to finish this game.
Yep, they are trying. Bao is trying his best as well, but he cannot do it alone. He will be taken down 1v5 time and time again. And it's not going to be enough as well. Genmith drops the ultimate, tries to save the day. Will manage to buy a little bit more time for Bigetron. But as the game goes longer, Bigetron don't get any stronger than this.
Nope, no they don't. They've already gone through all of their power spikes. They depend a lot on what Lanfeng can do since that Luna is completely invisible in this game.
Yep, Zhang Q, he did try to go to the backlines to get rid of Dragon. Not going to be good enough at this point. They have gotten a little bit of wave clear going for the side of Bigetron. They have to deal with one more wave, but Joshi, he is not going to stay patient. They can finish this off right here, right now. They do manage to get that final blow, and it's going to be a team ace, a rampage for Dragon as they await the arrival of the next wave of minions. Bao, once again, familiar sights, 1v5, there's no way he does this, and Blacklist International respond in kind, 1-1, PKL.
Blacklist International is going to bring